The Democratic presidential nominee is resting at Camp David tonight, but before he left New York City, President Carter spent the morning trying to mend some political fences. He told black delegates they had a friend in Jimmy Carter, and he reminded the Democratic National Committee they must unite to defeat the Reagan-Bush Republican ticket. We have team coverage of the convention windup, beginning with Roger Sharp.
Just 12 hours after the final gavel, and much of the Garden's convention facade is already gone. Like the illusion of unity they tried to present here, the facade was just paper thin. But that's really no surprise. From the beginning, it was quite obvious the Kennedy and Carter types who came here really came from two different worlds.
Two different worlds. We live in two different worlds, but we will show them.
As you know, we spent most of our time on the convention floor over here by entrance 10, the New York delegation. There was always a mob scene in the aisle here, a jammed fracas going on most of the time between the Kennedy and Carter factions. I guess the New Yorkers will probably be best remembered at this convention for how long it took them to get their vote together on that Monday night rules fight. The New York delegates bickered through most of the convention, even scuffling over which faction could hold the state standard. One of the few moments of true unity came when Bronx Borough President Stanley Simon passed out Yankee hats for the New York delegates to wear. Koch was rarely on the floor with the delegation. He was busy with parties. Not being a delegate, Kerry was never there, but was up on the podium 3 times, including last night with the president. Lieutenant Governor Cuomo was very visible as leader of the New York Carterites, and it was good to see beautiful Bella back in the center of action, leading the Women's Coalition. Artist Marilyn Church sat with the delegation for a spell to freeze a bit of the atmosphere. It is said there is one great moment at every political convention. Even the Carter people agree the great moment here came Tuesday night when Senator Kennedy stood at this podium and gave what everyone is calling the best speech of Campaign 80.
For me, a few hours ago, this campaign came to an end. For all those whose cares have been our concern, the work goes on, the cause endures, the hope still lives, and the dream shall never die.
The spirited convention response to Kennedy's eloquent words helped produce those Carter concessions on key economic issues in the platform. But the Carter side still defeated wage price controls, national health insurance, and the move to kill the MX missile. So it remained very much a house divided through the nomination of Carter and Mondale, and the president tried hard last night to play to the disheartened Kennedy crowd.
Ted, your party needs, and I need you. I'm wiser tonight than I was 4 years ago.
And so it ended, with the estranged contenders together on the podium, but still miles apart in the heart. Kennedy's coolness, not unlike the man forced to face a divorced wife in the lawyer's office for the first time. Everyone laughed last October when President Carter first said this, but he kept his pledge, even though he too got a little burned in the process. Still, he can't be underestimated now. It's not going to be as easy for Ronald Reagan as some of the polls indicate. President Jimmy Carter is a tough clutch player. Many people are saying the media overplayed the 4 days in this hall. I guess that's true to a certain extent. But all the power, the energy, and the emotion expended here make the echoes worth remembering. At the Garden, Roger Sharp, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Madam Chair, the polyglot, multifaceted, variegated Empire State of New York.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
We want Ted! We want Ted! We want Ted! We want Ted!
Well, for the people who do remember and who did go through the Carter-Kennedy rules fight, the platform battle as in the nominating procedure, it was goodbye to New York today. Chi-Chi Williams tells us more about the departure of the delegates.